For more on holiday shopping, I sat down with Tim Summers. He's the CEO of Summers & Company, a cyber strategy consulting company, and he began with his expectations for Black Friday.
Right now, I think that we're seeing reasonable foot traffic. The numbers that I've heard so far have been a little less than what was expected, but I think all in all, we'll see favorable shopping trends this weekend.
You look at the online thing, the Black Friday, right? So traditionally on Black Friday, we would go to the store and we'd go do our shopping. You and I would jump in a car and we'd do that. But today, people are all on their smartphones, looking for deals, and it's so hard to track who's actually shopping or not shopping, right?
Right. And I think that's why we're seeing lots of the higher numbers in terms of expectation for Cyber Monday. Right, with the National Retail Federation saying that there may be about 186 million people shopping on Monday, maybe about 136 million shopping for this weekend. So yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot more shopping's happening online.
So we have the Black Friday, we have the Cyber Monday. How come no one cares about Saturday and Sunday?
Well, I think people...
They're kind of left out.
Right. Well, a few years back, Bill Gates came up with a concept of Giving Tuesday. So where he was recommending that everyone have a charity that they wanted to give to. So yeah, Saturday and Sunday are a little left out there.
Who, in your analysis, you look at all the different retailers, the weather has been a very big factor. It has been unseasonably warm in the United States. And, sweaters and jackets and gloves and scarves and hats for my producer, Caitlin, for example, she's not going to buy all that stuff because it's too warm here in Washington, D.C. It's 65 degrees today. How much of an impact does that ultimately have on retail sales, especially the apparel business?
Right. Well, the apparel business is going to be impacted heavily, especially with the weather being the way it is. I mean, that's just an expectation that we have. Right. You don't need a jacket. But that also gives them the opportunity to come up with some more interesting sales and deals out there, right, as well. So I think that they'll have to be creative in that department.
You look at the children's industry, the toy industry, that has been very, very, very big. We've got the Star Wars coming out, Toys R Us, the kids, of course. Christmas was originally for kids, by the way, not for adults.
Right.
But a lot of people are saying is these kids now, they all want to be on the iPhones and iPads tablets, and the gadgets. They don't even like the traditional toys anymore. I'm just going to make a wild guess that all these little gadgets have much higher profit margins, but they're not really sold by toy stores.
Right. No, they're not. And in fact, perfect example is Amazon. They've got all of their, great gadgets, including their Fire tablets and their Amazon Echo. They're all slashed down pretty heavily. In fact, they even now have a children's version of their Amazon Fire, where they've got a guarantee where if the child breaks it, they will replace it, no questions asked. So they're having to get quite interesting and creative on how they market these products, being that children are very much interested in them.
All right, back to adults. Technology was always very big, and of course, I'm talking about Apple here with all their gadgets. I'll throw in Samsung as well. What are going to be the hot sort of tech stuff that people are going to want to buy? And do they go into stores to buy it usually, or do they do it online?
Well, I definitely think that a lot more people are looking at buying online. The gadgets that are out there, they're really heavy. We know that Apple just came out with this new version of the iPad, so that's really big. We know that Samsung's put out a couple of new products. So we know that there are definitely interest in home electronics and the consumer electronics from mobile devices. So that's definitely going to be huge. And most of the time, people are going to line up to try to get those on the websites rather than having to go to the store. We usually see a lot more people at the store when the product is just coming out. So fortunately, this weekend, I think we'll actually see a little bit more of that happening on the internet and online, where people are just waiting at the keyboard to see if they can get a hold of this product.
It's unbelievable how much time. I mean, you gave me a number earlier about how many people went shopping on it was like, what,
134 million, I think was the expectation.
There's only 300-some million people in the U.S.
Right, exactly.
It's unbelievable. Let's talk about the online shopping model, the Amazon model. Look, in the last earnings report, it turned out fairly well, but a lot of people are still criticizing this online model because of the shipping costs and the amount of money that these companies lose just from shipping. 5 years from now, what's that going to look like? Are they going to have to charge people for shipping, or do the companies say, you know what, we'll make it up in a product we sell, we'll lose money on the shipping?
Well, I believe that the companies are going to get substantially more innovative on their shipping solutions. We've seen Amazon attempting to do that with the Amazon Prime, and that's actually worked out incredibly well for them. Consumers get their products just as soon as they want them. if it's sometimes even sooner, depending on the product, and for a reasonable price, which is an annual rate. So, but I think we're going to start seeing more companies doing that. Being a lot more consumer-centric is going to be the way to be successful in the future.
Well, they recently launched this same-day delivery.
The same-day delivery, exactly.
You get the stuff in you buy
Right.
a phone, you get it in a couple hours. Are we spoiled as consumers?
This is an on-demand culture. We want it now. We want to buy it today, and we want to receive it today. And and technology has really enabled us to be that way, right? Look at on-demand video. We used to have to go to the video store and get videos that way, and then there was, the red box and things like that. But now you've got Netflix, you can just press a button and it's there. And everyone's jumped onto the on-demand perspective, including the retailers.
I remember not too long ago when they first created the internet, so to speak, and people started thinking, oh, these stores are all going to shut down because everyone's going to shop online.
Right.
And certainly that has not been the case, but I'm curious, when somebody goes to a website or somebody goes to a store, are they likely to spend more money in either particular model? And I'm just thinking because a store would have a salesperson there.
Sure, sure. Well, we definitely have seen that when certain technologies are used, people do tend to spend more. For example, if you utilize Amazon, they have a one-click sort of buying technology. You press the button one time, it automatically is bought. When consumers have the ability to buy on demand in that respect, they tend to buy more. And that's really the strategy behind those kinds of products and those kinds of technologies, rather.